Okay, so good morning everyone. This is Dennis and I'm going to be hosting this market analysis video. Now it is very important to note that today is the beginning of a very big week. Yesterday was the pre-announcement, let's say. We made some good profits. We opened some decent trades and you can verify that on CMIR or in my FX book as well. But here's everything you need to know before you start trading today. And the most important thing that's coming up on our radars is the manufacturing PMIs from the UK. They are going to be very important and I'm going to explain everything you need to know about them very soon. They're coming out in about an hour and 10 minutes from now. What will follow after that is an announcement from Canada. It is the monthly GDP report. And after that we head over to the USA where we're getting the ISM manufacturing index. So basically, we have from the UK manufacturing PMI this morning. In the afternoon, our time, Cyprus local time, we have the Canadian GDP. Then at night, we have Mr. Paulus speaking, the governor of the Bank of Canada. We have the ISM manufacturing PMIs. And then later on in the day, we have lots of news from New Zealand, such as the GDP price index, unemployment change, and unemployment rate. So this is all going to be very important. But what I need you to do right now is to open up your eyes, your ears, and give me your attention for the next couple of minutes. And I'll surely give you lots of information that can help you with your trading today. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so like we said, the most important events today will be the USA manufacturing index and the UK PMI manufacturing. Now the main release and the most important of the two will be the US one. The index that will be stating the numbers for October. It's going to be very interesting to see if it actually confirms the positive signs from October's market PMI, which was released last week, and it indicates that the actual indexes are heading higher. I think that it could head over the 52 ratio level. The market believes it's going to be 51.7. I see it heading somewhere 52.3, 52.5, 52.8 in that area. The UK one is expected to fall slightly, and the reason it's expected to fall slightly is because of sharp increases in August and September. So the October one is expected to fall slightly. That's what the market thinks. I think that it actually might still surprise us to the better. It's very important to remember that the UK did not leave the Eurozone yet. So everything is the same. The UK economy is still heading higher. The only thing that's lower is the GDP, which allows the UK to export much more than before. Now, we had Chinese PMI data overnight, and Asian stock markets are trading higher following that surprisingly stronger PMI. The Chinese data pretty much adds to the picture of a global cyclical rebound, let's say a temporary rebound, as also shown in the US PMIs and the Euro PMIs last week. Now, this will contribute to the reflation theme in the markets as inflation moves higher across the world over the next 3 to 6 months. But we will talk more about this in another post. Now, the Bank of Japan kept its monetary policy unchanged today, and delayed the timing for reaching the inflation goal beyond the terms of central bank governor Mr. Kuroda. Now the CPI forecast for the next fiscal year was reduced from 1.7 to 1.5, and the Bank of Japan also said that risks to economic activity and inflation were to the downside, suggesting a continued easing basis. The JPY has not moved in response to that meeting yet. We see some strength coming from the JPY soon, but we'll talk about that in the actual charting. Another very important thing that happened is something about Mark Carney, and we will talk about this pretty soon. And let's actually head over to that right now. So, here's everything about Carney. Now, Bank of England's Mark Carney yesterday announced that he would actually extend his term to the end of 2019. This basically indicates that he will remain until the articles are triggered and the UK will actually officially leave the Eurozone. We're going to talk about Carney pretty soon, but let me go over into something a bit more important. Let's go over to the chart and we'll come back and talk about Carney. Okay, so let's go over the indices first. What you see here is DAX. I want to show you a very strong trend line, and this trend line started about 90 weeks ago. I'm going to go over to the weekly chart and I'm going to show you this in action. You need to know that the weekly, the 90 number is very powerful in trading, and we're right about to come to that 90 level. It should be somewhere around here, and I'm going to mark that. I'm going to mark that right now in the chart. And I'm going to show you where roughly it's expected to drop. You see, that's early December, late November. We can see a crash happening. Well, I'm pretty certain that we will see a crash happening on the DAX, and we will be selling this pair. So we see the pair heading much lower, and we believe it will reach this level here. That would give you approximately 1,000 something pips. This is the first level we're looking at, possibly even lower, but we think this is going to be just enough for now. Maybe moving down. If the recession is really strong, then we're going to move to this level here, and then the final level, which won't break, is this level here. So that is 1, 2, 3. Let's go over to S&P 500. We see S&P 500 heading much lower too. And if I can show you something interesting, I will put it on a weekly chart. And I'm going to show you a rounding top. There it is. It's a rounding top forming here. And I'd like to show you the start of this rounding top and the end of this rounding top. So if we go to the daily chart, you'll see it even better. And I will show you exactly that we're coming up to the 90 days from the start to the finish. Here it is. See, we're almost at the 90 days. We're almost at the 90 days. Now we're selling S&P 500, DAX, 30, and pretty much everything else. Well, not pretty much everything else. The next one will be the FTSE, and I'm going to go into that right now and show you. Here it is. Here's the FTSE. It's coming up. And let's put our simple trend lines here, and let's go over to the weekly chart. And I'm going to show you something really magical that you probably haven't seen in a while. There's a very strong double top over here that won't break, and that double top is roughly around 90 days, roughly around 90 weeks. This indicates a movement so strong that the UK economy will head over here very soon, in like just a couple of days, bam, 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 all the way down there. And then we're probably going to move over here, and then if it's a really bad scenario, then we're going to move over here, which is the last recession. Okay, that's 2006 right there. So if I show you something even better, you will realize that price is not really breaking through these levels areas for pretty much all the last recessions, from the dot-com to the housing market. Anyhow, let's go to oil. We've been selling oil for quite some time. We've indicated movement, a possible resistance here, no resistance here, we're right here. Sorry, with support. We're now right here. We've given you this a long time ago. We've said that price will head, we were down here, and we said it would head to 52 and not higher. It reached 52 and not higher, and then we said it would go down, and here is the down. We've been selling this for quite some time, and we've made some really good profits. I mean, we've just added on to other positions here, and we expect price to head even lower, and the next level we target is the 43, 44 area. That's our next stop. But we see price heading much lower, possibly even all the way down here to the 20s and 30s. But for now, let's focus on this here. That's pretty much it for commodities and indices. There is much more, but obviously we don't have time to put so much free things out there. Make an account, subscribe to our services, you'll get much more. And the most important thing is pop onto our forum. There's lots of activity coming out there. Something important over gold, I'd like to mention that too. We see gold heading higher pretty soon. Okay, pretty soon we see gold heading much higher, and that's probably sometime in November, let's say. To show you the power of a rounding bottom, here it is. This is a rounding bottom, and we've called this a long time ago, and we've grabbed thousands of pips on this. So we don't see price heading over these levels we see price heading much higher. There is the powerful support right there, just like here. We see price heading much higher on gold. Okay everyone, thanks for watching. We're going to be posting a lot more on our forums, Twitter account and Facebook account. Make sure you subscribe to this video and see you soon. Hey, trade safe. Bye now.
I'll be over at 10, you told me time and again, but you're late. I wait around.